My name is Jerry, and you've reached my channel, Fasting in the Middle of a Forest. But don't click off. This is a news segment because who wants to watch somebody not eating, if you know what I mean? The FDA has announced that they are testing milk, raw milk, for the bird flu. Okay, they're testing beef, raw milk, for bird flu. Help me make sense of that because I just don't get it. This is the same FDA that just announced maybe a week or so ago that eggs are a nutrient-dense food. It just doesn't make any sense. It's going to get better eventually. It will be making sense sooner or later. Then this morning I read an article because Jack is a retired truck driver. So I read an article about people complaining that the food prices are still high. And that, in their opinion, in the article, the person that they interviewed said, "We voted for Trump and our food prices are still high. I don't understand it." Well, let's put a little common sense into this right now. He's not in office yet. He'll be in office on January 20th, but things will get better. They really will. It just takes time. Remember, who is giving out all the money right now? And in other news, the Goldfish Corporation has announced that in 2025, they will be releasing new flavors, sweet as well as savory flavors. Oh, goody, that's all we need is more sugar in addition to the carbs that are already in Goldfish. So that list of ingredients is going to go from this to this on the side of the package. Again, help me make sense. The alcohol industry, you gotta love the lobbyists that work for these industries, has just announced the risks as well as the benefits of moderate alcohol use. Moderate alcohol use. I just repeated that twice, and it doesn't make sense the second time as it didn't make sense the first time I said it. This week, Nestle has just announced that they are coming up with a GLP-1 drink that is designed to suppress hunger. I have that product right now in my house today. As a matter of fact, I've had it in my house for decades. It's called water. Plain H2O water. Now, the USDA just has announced that they're going to strengthen and watch over the production of meat in the meat plants because of listeria recalls. The last time I heard of a listeria recall, it had to do with vegetables. But who's grasping at straws right now? Remember, it's December. USDA is going to have a complete overhaul after January 20th. Now listen, most of you all know that I'm a relatively new YouTuber. So this article that I read today that had to do with the new anti-inflammatory diet that's coming out for certain foods to help with mental health. What? They've always been out there. People reach for the wrong things in the grocery store. I see people continuing to shop in the inner aisles of the grocery store. In my opinion, that would cause me stress to my mental health if I can help it. And there's very few times that I do venture into the belly of the beast of the grocery store and hit those middle aisles. I'm in for the 1 or 2 items and I'm out of there as soon as possible, because seriously, do we really need an aisle, an entire wall of breakfast cereal? Now, for you nostalgia lovers, remember this drink? Jolt Cola? Yeah, it was a thing. I took it. High caffeine. Well, the new Jolt is supposed to have more above and beyond, way up there in caffeine and no sugar. What? It's like the articles I have read this weekend are insanity on overload. Slow news day, maybe? I don't know. I will not be purchasing Jolt like I did years ago. I have got super amount of energy, and I know it's primarily because of the ketones that I'm burning. I get it. Day 22 today is of the 40-day fast, so I'm into the second half of it. And I'm finding myself baking things because I have a lot of energy in me. We didn't do what we had planned on doing for the holiday, so I'm cleaning out the refrigerator. I said, oh, I think these pork rinds probably could be made into something. I'm not eating until January 11th, but here I am baking, filling up the freezers so I get rid of this stuff, so that on January 11th I'm going to have carnivore bread in my freezer. At least I'm not making donuts and cookies and eating cereal. Ugh. But now, as we're nearing the end of 2024, there are a lot of people that have backslid during 2024. It's been an uncertain time. I will place a lot of that on the elections. That was a very stressful couple of months. All right, years. It's been a couple of years of stress dealing with whatever has been going on in the United States of America or in the world, depending on where you are. It's been stressful. So I understand why people are stressed. What I personally, this is just me talking right now, I do not ever want to see 363 pounds as I'm staring down into the scale ever again. Is there going to be times that I may think about eating something or recall some type of food from my nostalgia days, or my grandma used to make, or whatever the case may be, that I may think about it or remember when I used to eat it? Well, now after 22 days, I can honestly say that I can make my husband spritz cookies and deal with the flour and the sugar and all the wonderful scents that reminded me of when I was a little girl growing up with those scents, and not indulging, not so much as a crumb, not so much as a smidgen of the butter delicious batter, because I don't want to go that route. I can make the meatballs for taking to Christmas parties or people's houses or desserts, whether they have sugar or no sugar, because I made both of those over the last couple days, and not feel a lick, pun intended, in indulging in any of those foods, because I know what meatballs, my meatballs contain the cheese for me. So cheese for me is a slippery slope. So I know that when I eat cheese, I feel kind of phlegmy. I feel congested. I feel a runny nose. Um, those are the feelings that aren't very comfortable for me. I have been loving my sleep. Last night I got 7 hours and 43 minutes of sleep, according to the old watch. That's phenomenal. Typically, when I am in the fast, in the deep ketosis, if I get 4 hours of sleep, that's enough. I had that last week. And I don't know what turned it around, if it was the fact that mentally I was thinking I'll be off for these past 5 days, and I just let my body relax. There was that one day that I felt kind of wonky, but that had passed me. Here's another thing too. Now, if I would feel upset or ill in any fashion before not eating the proper human diet, I would be sicker longer. This only lasted for me for a day. Perhaps it was the sense of urgency that I needed to take care of my husband. Maybe that overrode my feelings. I don't know. But it only lasted for not even a day. And I was up and about, loving my sleep. I love the ketosis feeling of energy, and I'm drinking plenty of water, by the way, the last couple days, especially since I took the blood tests and noted that my glucose was high. Mentally, I knew what to do. I'm not eating anything. The reason it's high is because I haven't been drinking any water or any electrolytes. So I knew that lickety-splickety right from the get-go. No diagnosis needed. Didn't have to look up Dr. Google. Didn't have to go to the emergency room for that one. Nothing a little H2O can't handle. We don't need your stinking Nestle GLP-1 drinks. Not here. So let's close out this video for today. And it's Christmas evening and the start of Hanukkah. So Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to everyone out there. If you have found that you have personally backslid in your journey, get right back on the horse. If you ate that bite of cheesecake or that one cookie because you just couldn't put it down, or grandma was shoving it in your face saying, honey, you have to try this. I made this just for you. Or you ate that fruitcake. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Step away from the cookies and the cakes and the alcohol. Step away from it all. Get back up on that horse and continue fast forwarding. Remember, don't wait until January 1st to feel better. Start feeling better right now. Get over it. Move on. You did what you did. It happens to the best of people with the best of intentions. But unless you want to keep this going like this, like a yo-yo, and unless you want to keep coming on YouTube saying to everybody, woe is me, I just gained 20 pounds. Woe is me, I fell off the wagon. Woe is me, this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? I had back surgery. And when I knew that I was having back surgery, I doubled and tripled the amount of protein that my body is supposed to have, and I ate above and beyond to satiate myself. I wasn't moving. The scale wasn't moving either, but I wasn't moving. I didn't, however, send my husband off on a Culver's custard run to bring me home a gallon of Culver's custard, aka egg ice cream. It's just delicious. But I didn't succumb to that want and that need because I didn't want it. I didn't need it. And the truth of the matter was, in physical therapy, when the pain became so intense, I had a physical therapist with a doctorate, not just a 4-year degreed physical therapist. She had a doctorate and said, something else is going wrong. We need to perhaps consider an x-ray of that hip. Now I got another diagnosis. But does that mean woe is me, poor little Jerry? Poor Jerry, eat some more cookies, some more cakes. Eat all the things that you made to take down to Kenosha to the kids because it'll make you feel better. No, it wouldn't. There are some people that ask me in private messages, and this will be the first time I'm announcing it on a video. I had lost so far 17 pounds since the 40-day fast, day number 22. But I'm not in it for weight loss. However, I feel better later, not having those extra 17 pounds on me when I go up those stairs to take a shower or get anything from the second story. I feel good. I still need the hip surgery, but I'm not going to have the hip surgery if I'm going to continue to go up to 245, 250, 255, 260. That ain't happening. Common sense. Get the weight off. Keep the weight off. Stop your crying, Jerry. Nobody wants to listen to a crybaby. I have to move on. I have to be positive. I'm sorry that you had your experience. It is what it is. You got to get up, put on your big girl pants, your big boy pants, not keep doing the same thing over and over and over again because that's insanity. So that's it. That's it for the news of the last 5 days. Cheers, everyone.